hopefully it is a good thing. And while I'm inviting everybody to watch, I wanted to let you guys know that in case you don't know, I'm a school psychologist and a life coach for step parents. And in that role, in both of those roles, I understand a lot about blended families and the common struggles that blended families face, as well as the things that are common mistakes that we make as step parents and oversteps that we might make. And I love to help people. It's one of my favorite things to do, probably in part because one of my love language is words of affirmation. And so when I help people and they're like, oh, that was so helpful, it makes me feel good about what I'm doing. So if you guys like these videos, let me know. If you feel like they're helpful, let me know. And hi, Abigail. And I will do something. I will keep going with them. So mindfulness is what we're going to talk about again tonight. And I'm going to put my light on real quick, just so it's a little bit brighter in here. Okay. As a school psychologist, a lot of times I have knowledge, like background knowledge of stuff that, I teach it all the time, I read about it all the time, and so I just know it, and I forget that other people don't know it, and I forget to explain, like, hey, this is why I'm teaching this thing. So that's what I want to do tonight with mindfulness, and I feel like I've talked like maybe this much about it, but we're going to go into more detail tonight. So mindfulness is incredible, and again, just as a reminder, it's being in the present moment, noticing what's happening without judging what's happening. So for example, I have an itch on my back right now, and I can just notice that itch and say, it's okay, I have an itch. That doesn't mean I have to do anything to react to it. I can just have it and it's okay. Mindfulness, it helps in 3 key areas. It helps improve our overall well-being, it helps improve our physical health, and it helps improve our mental health. And as step parents, who doesn't want that? I know I a lot of times run out of energy. I have a lot of stress. Kim, I'm just reading your comment. Thank you so much. Okay, I will keep doing them. I love that because I love knowing that they're helpful for you guys. So, sorry, I need to get a thing that doesn't bounce up and down quite as much while it holds my phone. So, when we talk about improving our well-being, it's in a few different areas. So a lot of times in life, we aren't, and especially in step parenting, we aren't able to get as much value or as much happiness out of the good things and the positive things. We might be thinking about the next time that the bio mom is going to contact us, or the next crazy accusation that our stepkids are going to make against us, or something else that's going on in our step parenting life, and we're always focused on things that have happened in the past and things that are going to happen or we think are going to happen in the future. But when we are mindful, we can be completely involved in what we're doing and notice just that and pay attention to just that. It helps us, like I said, be happier and really feel into the pleasures that we have in life, and it helps us deal with our problems that we're having. In a lot of areas, we're going to talk about that in mental health too, so we'll go to that in just a minute. In terms of the second area, it improves our physical health. It can help relieve stress, which in turn can help improve our sleep. It can actually help reverse heart disease and lower our blood pressure. It can reduce chronic pain, which I tend to get in tension headaches like on both sides of my neck right up here. And since I've been practicing mindfulness more, I haven't had that as much. Mindfulness, like I said, can improve our sleep. In fact, I listen to a mindful meditation or a sleep story on my favorite app, Calm, hopefully every night before I go to bed. I try to every night. It doesn't always happen. It can also help gastrointestinal problems. And I don't think I've ever shared this with you guys, but I have a really rare disease. It's called cyclic vomiting syndrome, and I get abdominal migraines. And since I've started doing this, in addition to the medications that I'm taking, I've noticed that I have fewer abdominal migraines and a lot less stomach distress than I did before. And my abdominal migraines would manifest, I don't know if you guys can see this, like right here, just below my rib cage, and hurt like a bugger and make me throw up and stuff. So mindfulness has helped me in that way. And then the last way, which I think is the way that I tend to focus on the most as a mental health professional, which is it improves our mental health. So it can help reduce anxiety and obsessive compulsive disorder. It can help with depression, eating disorders, substance use, It can help with marriage and family problems, like conflict that we're having in our marriages, and it can help with lots of different areas. So that is the why of mindfulness. I know I've talked a little bit about the how, with being able to accept what's happening, paying attention to what you're feeling, not judging it, letting yourself feel that thing, and then getting rid of it when it's time. And I don't want you guys to think either that this is a process that I'm perfect at. And it's not something that I'm like, okay, I can just move through my emotions in 0.2 seconds. It's completely fine. I don't feel anything. Everything's great in my life, because it's not. I get super mad sometimes. People do things that hurt sometimes, and mindfulness is hard to maintain in those times. It's a practice. You'll hear everybody call it a mindfulness practice, because we have to practice at it to become better, just like with anything else in life. And the more we practice, the better we can get. So if you're having any of these things where you're struggling with either your marriage, your stepkids, you're struggling with physical health and anxiety, which I see a lot in step-parent groups, you're struggling with dealing with a high conflict ex, try practicing mindfulness and see how it works, and then come back and let me know. I want to hear how it goes for you if you are practicing it, because again, words of affirmation, I'm working on that. I'm working on disentangling my need for affirmation from like my whatever, the value that I'm providing to you. That's a good way to say it. So if you have any questions, drop them below. Just a reminder, the Step Family Conference is coming up January 24th and 25th in Lehi, Utah.